Your campus, your community, your life. This is Bloomington Normal's one and only live newscast, TV 10 News.
Federal officials are on the ground in Washington, Illinois today, assessing the damage done by Sunday's tornadoes. Good afternoon, I'm Bianca Wyatt.
And I'm Chris Newman, and a huge fundraising effort has been very successful. We have team coverage on the tornadoes today. We're going to start in Pekin, which is about 40 miles southwest of Normal, near Peoria.
TV 10's Connor Quealy is just back from there, and he joins us now. Connor?
Thanks, guys. Well, the story of Washington has been one of almost complete destruction. Nearby Pekin has a different story.
We saw it getting bad, and we were out in the street with our neighbors, and then we started hearing this kind of woo, 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 real low-pitched noise, and they said, we ought to go in.
Pekin resident Scott Hilst's home went relatively unharmed during Sunday's storm, with only one garage wall being damaged. His neighbor wasn't so lucky.
They woke up in bed and looked up and saw sky.
But even after all that destruction, just across the street, almost no damage was done.
The tree in the backyard and our garbage cans were missing.
Even with this seemingly random destruction, Pekin is sure it will rebuild.
This street right here is very close. You know, we all know each other, we all socialize.
I hope that they rebuild and move back.
Relief efforts in Pekin are already in full swing, with dozens of crews out repairing homes. On the road this morning, every third or fourth car was a truck full of construction supplies. Even still, there's more to be done. To help out, you can contact the American Red Cross of the Heartland at redcross.org. Guys, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Connor. Pekin lies in Tazewell County, one of the now 15 counties in Illinois to be declared state disaster areas. The number increased yesterday when Governor Pat Quinn named Fayette and Vermilion counties to the state disaster declaration. Around 1,500 homes are believed to have been affected across these 15 counties and the rest of the state by the storms. The state may make a request for federal disaster assistance after a decision that will take place today between the Illinois Emergency Management Agency and the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
TV stations in the Peoria area put competition aside last night to help those in need following the tornadoes. Help on the Home Front was a telethon that raised $775,000. For 4 hours last night, volunteers answered phones from those in the community willing to donate money to help the relief efforts. And coming up a little later in today's newscast, we'll take a look at some of the more unique ways popping up that you can help. TV 10's Liz Rill joins us now in the newsroom to talk about the donation efforts popping up this week at ISU. Liz?
Illinois State students have been cleaning out their closets and also picking up extra items at the grocery store to help out. They've even been rolling up their sleeves to donate blood.
Students and faculty across campus are doing what they can to lend a hand to Washington. University Program Board found a way to centralize this effort with their Stuff the Bus campaign. But where exactly in Washington are these donations going?
We're just kind of waiting for local agencies and news from like other organizations like the Red Cross to see what is needed where, just so that we're not bombarding one donation center and they don't need the stuff. So that's kind of where we're waiting until the end of the week to see where we're going to be delivering everything.
The best donation that can be made is cash, and on Wednesday alone, they raised over $400. Although cash is the best donation, personal care items and items to help the Washington cleanup effort are good as well. Alpha Kappa Psi, a business grad on campus, is working with UPB in the relief efforts. They're heading down to Washington on Friday to help with the cleanup.
But I know that they plan on just picking up things is really what we've been told, and we're trying to work with businesses to maybe pass out food, get water to people in the community. So I think it's really just whatever they tell us to do, we'll do.
The bus will be in Schrader Plaza until Friday afternoon. Redbirds are flying together to uplift a community in which a disaster has left homes grounded.
Some other donations that are needed include masks for cleanup crews and hand warmers. Reporting for TV 10 News, I'm Elizabeth Rill.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Last night, the Illinois State Athletic Department was collecting money and water for those affected by the severe weather as well. Overall, the department collected 1,465 cases of water. Athletes and cheerleaders lined up to take the donations, and fans who didn't bring water to the game still had the opportunity to help by giving the suggested donation amount of $5. Just a few blocks away from Redbird Arena, students at University High had some goals to help out on their own. TV10's Derek Tiwan has the story.
Students at University High School have been volunteering their free time to collect water donations for victims of the heavy storms earlier this week. Some students, like Caroline Page, don't know anyone personally affected by the storm, but have volunteered their time to show their support anyway.
They lost everything in Washington, so I think all the schools around Bloomington Normal are just here. They want to raise 600 packets of water bottles by the end of the week.
The donation effort was initiated by teachers, but students have shown their enthusiasm to help. Page believes it may be related to a teacher in need.
One of our teachers' grandmothers lived in Washington, and her house was destroyed.
Other inner-city schools are working to collect cases of water as well, which will be delivered to Washington this weekend by bus. While water is the main goal of the school, students have also been taking money donations. One individual on Wednesday night was especially generous, though.
Earlier today, a man just walked in, put $100 in the jar, and then walked out, not saying anything. He didn't stay for the game.
University High has completed nearly a third of their donations in just a few short days. They'll also be accepting money and water donations throughout the rest of the week. Reporting for TV10, I'm Derek Tiwan.
If you're interested in donating, students will be taking donations at all inner-city high school basketball games through the rest of the week. Due to the storms, the town of Normal's Public Works Department is asking for some patience in the coming days.
Why? We go live to Tim Van Dyne to tell us about that. Tim?
Thanks, guys. I'm live in Normal outside this corner of School and Locust Street. And as you see behind me, there are some leaves and tree branches on the curb due to Sunday's storm. And because of the large amounts of leaves that have fallen, the Normal leaf and brush crews are behind schedule, but they are deploying additional crews and they are working extra hours to try to get the leaves and branches cleaned up. But however, due to bad weather conditions such as rain or snow, they have been behind schedule. And Normal Public Works is asking residents to be patient and bear with the crews, as it will take them several days to complete one garbage route. But leaf collections will continue until mid-December. But residents are always encouraged to bring their leaves to the 24-hour drop-off landscape waste drop-off site, which is located at the Public Works building at 1301 Warner Street in Normal. So one way or another, the leaves will be cleaned up here in Normal, hopefully sooner rather than later. Live from Normal, I'm Tim Van Dyne with TV10 News. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Tim. The Bloomington Police Department is also asking for some help. They're currently searching for a missing teenage girl. 17-year-old Tiffany Snook has not been seen since November 12th. Snook may be in the company of a man whose identity is unknown. Anyone who may be able to assist in finding Snook has been asked to contact the Bloomington Police Department immediately.
History was made yesterday as Illinois became the 16th state in the United States to embrace the equal marriage rights. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel joined Illinois Governor Pat Quinn at the University of Illinois Chicago Forum to sign the legislation to permit all couples in the state to receive the rights and protection that marriage offers. Emanuel says now there is no straight or gay marriage, there is only marriage in Illinois. The law will go into effect June 1st of next year.
The Illinois State Wind Symphony will come together for an ear-tingling performance tonight. They will be joined by the musical compositions of Paul Dooley, who will open the show with a performance from Point Blank with his upbeat drum and bass style of music. The concert will begin at 8 p.m. in the Center for the Performing Arts.
Coming up, we'll look ahead to a plane that may not be able to make it home as soon as they thought. Find out why next.
Before that, we will look into the deaths of multiple Texans. Find out what happened when we return here to TV10.